Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Star Citizen. So as always guys, thank you so much for joining me for a brand new Star Citizen video. Let's get started. So this is day 2 of the Invictus Launch Week. There it is. Invictus Launch Week. So guys, Invictus Launch Week, for those of you who haven't heard of it before, for those of you who are just watching Star Citizen for the first time, if you're just watching my channel for the first time, so Fleet Week is a week long of festivities and stuff like that, basically within the game lore. It is where new naval recruits join the Space Navy. So yeah, and also Star Citizen's ships that aren't normally out for sale are on sale, on display at an exhibition center such as this. This one is the Tobin Exhibition Center on New Babbage on the planet of Microtech. So, as I said, this week is more ships are... The ships on display are mostly military ships. They're combat ships. They're not the entirety of the ships available in Star Citizen. Usually Star Citizen holds a big sale, a big expo on their ships at the end of the year at the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, but this is mainly military and combat vessels and ships. And today's manufacturer is Aegis Dynamics. Now Aegis Dynamics is a gigantic military contractor. Basically they produce anything from basic handheld weapons to ships, to components, to parts, to missiles, to guns, everything, radars, scanners, drones, everything. So today is the vessels of the Aegis Dynamics are on display. So let's get started. So if you guys haven't watched these videos of mine, I typically go through all of the ships on display here and basically give you guys my opinions on it, whether I think that you should buy them, not buy them. Sort of, I just give you an idea of what each ship is worth and what it's capable of. So starting off here, this is the Aegis Retaliated. It's a heavy bomber. Basically, this thing is a bomber. It is designed to deliver, for now at least, torpedoes. It is designed to deliver size 9 torpedoes. I believe it can carry 6 size 9 torpedoes, if I'm not mistaken. Either 9 or 6 size 9 torpedoes. Those are pretty hefty torpedoes. And if you go down the bottom here, that's the bomb bay. And you guys can see there is a torpedo actually loaded on that rotary style launcher, or bomb rack, whatever you want to call it. Obviously in the future, when more of the game mechanics are available, it will be able to carry different types of ordnance, such as air-to-ground bombs, such as missiles, different things pretty much. So the Retaliator is a very old ship within the game. It's one of those original ships that came out long time ago. This thing was available a long time ago. Now I personally don't like it. I don't know, I generally don't like it. It's just a one-trick pony. However, there are modules planned for this spaceship where you can change out the bomb bays for various different other things. For example, you can turn them into crew quarters. You can turn them into cargo holds and stuff like that. So there is a bit of modularity planned for the Retaliator. Now, should you guys buy the Retaliator? No. I don't recommend anybody buy the Retaliator, to be honest, because it's a one-trick pony. Unless, of course, you're playing with friends, you're part of an organization, and that org needs a bomber, and you want to have one, and you like to fly one. Of course, I forgot to also mention this, guys. You can fly every single ship that's available on display here for free, even if you don't have, if you don't own Star Citizen as such. So anybody, any single person can download the game and fly any ship here for free, if it's flyable, for basically 2 days, I believe it is, for each ship. You can go ahead, just go up to it like this, click rent, and the ship is yours to fly for free for 2 days. So the Retaliated bomber, I don't really recommend it, unless of course you're looking particularly for a bomber, and you're looking at that ship for a very specific reason. Otherwise, no, I don't recommend it. And here it is. This is the Redeemer. This is the Aegis Redeemer. This is the gunship. So the Aegis Redeemer was developed by fans of Star Citizen. Basically, they had a show a very, very long time ago. Like, this is 2014, I believe it is. Maybe late 2013 even. They had a show called The Next Great Starship. So during that show, basically, a whole bunch of fans competed against one another, basically drew plans for a ship, and the developers and the players, I think, voted on the best ones that they liked, and basically this ship won, the Aegis Redeemer. So this thing has been in development for a very long time afterwards. So the fans created it, but then CIG had to basically work on it to make it functional, to give it all the functions and everything. But it's been a massive headache for CIG ever since, and it took a very long time for this thing to come out. Now, I have very little interest in this ship. I have very little interest in this ship. This ship is just a gunship pretty much, and I think it's a drop ship as well, meaning that it can carry some soldiers, it can carry some people. But it is the new hot thing now. It is the latest and greatest ship that's out, and everybody, of course, is going to be interested in it. And people bought this thing a long time ago. I didn't. I didn't like it then. I don't like it now, and I honestly wouldn't recommend it. I couldn't recommend this to anybody to go and buy, to go and purchase, because it's just, again, a one-trick pony that doesn't do anything besides, you know, acting as a gunship. And now, over here, this is a ship that I could recommend. This is a ship that I could definitely recommend. This is the Aegis Sabre. So this is a stealth fighter. There we go. Stealth fighter, Aegis Dynamics, Aegis Sabre. So this is a great ship. This is a great fighter ship. So if you're looking for a ship to use in a dogfight, if you're looking for a ship to fight one-on-one with another ship, or to use to bounty hunt and stuff like that, this is a perfect ship. It's amazing. It's a great ship. I used to own one. I used to own one a long time ago, but I ended up selling mine. I melted mine. Obviously, if you've been around Star Citizen long enough, chances are you've melted a couple of different ships. So yeah, the Aegis Sabre is a great ship. It is a great fighter. It is really stealthy, as the name suggests, so it has stealth components. It has 4 size 3 fixed guns. You can mount 4 fixed size 3s or 4 gimbal size 2 weapons. Now when I say gimbal, what do I mean by gimbal? Meaning that the guns have some traverse to them, left and right, up and down. Basically there's a degree of which you can aim the weapons itself towards the target. Now you guys might be thinking, how much can you move this gun, for example, that is in this compartment? Well, very little, but it still helps quite a lot. It helps quite a lot. So, yeah, 4 fixed size 3 guns, as well as it can carry a massive payload internally. Again, keeping with the whole stealth theme, all the ordnance are kept inside, of course, so you can carry up to 2 size 4 missiles. 2 size 4 missiles, or you can carry 4 size 3 missiles, or you could carry up to 8 size 2 missiles as well. A great ship. A fantastic fighter. If you're interested in having a fighter that does only one thing, and it's just combat, this is a great ship. You won't regret it. It's an amazing ship. It's an amazing fighter. Now, next, moving along to the elephant in the room. This is the Aegis Hammerhead. So this is the Hammerhead. It is called the Hammerhead because it looks like a hammerhead shark, I believe. So the Aegis Hammerhead, it's a pretty big ship, as you guys can see. It can barely just fit inside the hull. So barely it is just fitting in right now. The Aegis Hammerhead is pretty much a fighter screen. So it's a corvette. It's a small corvette designed to provide fighter cover for the larger battleships. So it does that using these 6, I believe 6 turrets it is. So that's 1, 2 on this side. There's 1 on the bottom, there's 1 on the top, and 2 on the other side. So 5 or 6 turrets it has. So each turret is equipped with 4 size 4 guns. So this thing can put out a lot of firepower, especially against fighters. This is what this thing is designed for. After all, as I said, this thing is a fighter screen for the larger ships. So this is, again, all these large ships are designed to travel as a battle group to basically complement one another. So again, this ship is really, really nice as a fighter screen for larger ships, but then again, the average player, who pretty much 90% of the player base in Star Citizen, tend to play by themselves. They tend to play alone. I'm not sure what benefit you will see from buying this ship and trying to run the ship either with an NPC crew or just by yourself. Even if you have like 2 friends, this ship is still too big for you. Even if you're a group of, I'd say even if you're a group of 4 friends, this ship is still too much for you. You're going to need a whole lot of crew to run this ship. A lot of people to sit inside the turrets, someone to fly, someone to engineer. So, yeah, if you buy this ship, you better have a lot of friends who play Star Citizen. And check it out. This ship can carry, I believe it is 32 size 3 missiles. That's a lot of missiles. Now, the reason why it's smaller size missiles is because, again, this thing is a fighter screen. It is designed to protect the larger ships against fighters and missiles as well, incoming torpedoes. So basically, this thing is designed to shoot down fighters such as the Sabre and also missiles coming in from the Retaliator. So a great ship if you have a lot of friends, if you're part of an organization, if you want that larger ship. So yeah, it's a great ship for that. Otherwise, if you're gonna play by yourself, or if you're in a small group of friends, nope, don't recommend this ship. Next, moving on, this is just a copy paste of the Sabre. So this is the Sabre Comet. The Sabre Comet is pretty much exactly the same as the normal Sabre, with a different paint job and a different loadout, which you can do that yourself anyway. That paint job, I don't like it. I prefer the normal Sabre anyways, guys. So let's go ahead and check out the hull number 4 and 5. So immediately, directly in front of us, this is the F8 Lightning. This is the Anvil F8 Lightning from the 999 Squadron. Now, if you guys watched yesterday's video, so day 1 of Invictus Week, it was really laggy, guys. It was so laggy, if you guys remember. So today, I made sure that I sort of skipped the peak hour of everybody rushing in to play Star Citizen. So pretty much most of the people have logged off. So that's why it's a lot smoother. I hope it is, at least. It feels like it's much better than yesterday. So this is the F8 Lightning. The F8 Lightning is the top of the line current UEE government fighter. Basically, this is what the United Earth Empire government Navy uses. This is their premier fighter right now, naval fighter from the Squadron 999. Yeah, so this ship is not purchasable by players, so players cannot buy this ship at the moment. Only very few of these ships are available for sale in super packs, in really expensive packs, and even those people aren't able to fly these at the moment. You will be flying this thing in Squadron 42, though, the single-player version of the Star Citizen MMO. United in purpose. Check out these various different uniforms for the different people in the Navy. Alright, let's go. More ships. Aha! The Vanguards. Check out the Vanguards, guys. So this is the Vanguard that started all. This basically is the original Vanguard. This is the Vanguard Warden. So the Warden was the original Vanguard. This thing was out a long time ago. This thing is designed a long time ago. Now, I very recently did a video on the Vanguard Harbinger, the one over there. Basically, I gave some critique of the ship. I gave some of my ideas on how to fix the ship. I basically, the video was pretty much how to fix the Vanguard according to me. Now, as I said, this ship is a really old design, like in terms of CIG's design. So, just like any other company, CIG, they're game developers. As they develop more ships, they get better. So this is one of those ships that is being kind of left behind. It is a good ship. These are good ships, but in my opinion, they could be better. They could be a lot better. So this is the Warden. This is pretty much the heavy fighter version of the Vanguard series of ships. It's a single seat, but it has room for a second person to act as a gunner. Basically, it has a turret on the top. It can carry some missiles. It has 4 fixed size 2 guns in the nose, and of course it can carry a fixed size 5 gun on the chin as well. So if you guys want to know more about my thoughts on the Vanguards, go ahead and check out my previous video on the Vanguard Harbinger. Now, one of the critiques that I had was that this chin-mounted gun, for example, this is a size 4 gun. This is an Apocalypse Revenant size 4 Gatling gun. So let's just say this thing is a 25 millimeter. This is a 25, 30 millimeter Gatling gun. So how is this thing getting fed? Right? So this connection right here is just a gimbal mount. This is the only thing that allows you to traverse the gun left and right, right? So where is this thing getting fed from? Where is the magazine inside here that is feeding this thing the bullets? I mean, obviously, the larger the gun, the larger the ammunition, the heavier the ammunition, the less ammunition you'll be able to carry. So this is the kind of thing that they need to think about in the future. This is the kind of thing that they need to think about in the future. And of course, I mentioned in the video that these fixed size 2 weapons should be changed to 4 fixed size 3 guns, or a single, or instead just a single internally mounted size 6 gun. So this thing is designed to charge in, head in, and fight it out. Basically, deal as much damage and come back. It's basically a long range fighter designed to go out, project power way beyond the carrier, way behind the bases, to basically reach out and hurt the enemy, in this case the Vandal. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. So what of these, like, out of these 4 variants of the Vanguard, so they have the Warden, which is the fighter, the heavy fighter. Then, as I said, they have the Harbinger, they have the Sentinel, and they have another one. What is the other one? Hoplite. Yes, this is the Hoplite. So the Hoplite is the dropship version. You guys might be thinking, what the hell is a dropship? So, dropship in a sci-fi sort of a setting means a ship that can carry soldiers. A ship that can carry some combatants that can be dropped off into combat. So as you guys can see, this one is a little bit different here in that it still has a turret, it still has the pilot, but now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have the seats to carry 6 troops into battle. And of course, the weapons racks are much, much higher. But one more thing that will be significantly different between a dropship and a normal ship is that not only you have seating arrangements for the soldiers, but also the life support module, which will be introduced into the game, that will allow you to carry these people on board. If you don't have for example, if you have a life cycle module that only allows you to, for example, to transport 2 people, you're going to quickly run out of air if you fill this whole plane or this whole ship with 6 people. So that module is really, really important. And of course, this is the Harbinger. Again, if you want to see more about the Harbinger, go ahead and check out my video. This is basically the bomber, the fighter bomber version, and this will be the most heavily armored version of the Harbingers later on. Again, same sort of weaponry up front, except now this thing can carry 3 size 5s and a couple of size 4 missiles as well. So fighter bomber, dropship, heavy fighter, And over there is the Sentinel, which is the electronic warfare variant of the Warden. Now, which one of these would I recommend? I can definitely recommend you guys pick up the Harbinger. The Harbinger is the best out of all of them. And also something else. Have you guys noticed something? So if you look at the Vanguards like this, if you look at it from like a bit far away, it looks like they've tried, the developers, the designer has tried to, the artist I should say, concept artist, has tried to draw the outline of a shark. This thing looks like a great white shark. Trust me, just try and have a look at it. It looks like a great white shark. So this is the electronic warfare variant of the Wardens. It's got a whole bunch of computers. It's got an EMP that you can use to shut down ships, to hold them. It will have EMP missiles, I believe it is. So, e-warfare, pretty much. Jamming, you know, listening in, hacking, stuff like that. Type of a ship. Of course, you still have the missiles, and you still have the same sort of weaponry. But honestly, guys, one of my critiques of this ship was this giant gun sticking underneath the chin. It looks so bad. Like, it looks so unprofessional. Like, I'd rather this gun be internally mounted somehow. Like, if there was an option, as I said, to carry 4 fixed size 3 guns, or a single internally mounted size 6. I don't know. But let me know what you guys think about the Harbingers. Which one would you pick? Which one do you want? I would stick with the Harbinger. I would stick with the Harbinger. That'll be the one with the most armor. That'll be the one with the most amount of firepower. So, that's about it for the Vanguards. These are some really, really nice ships. Alright, let's get started. So, let's get started with my almost most favorite ship in the game. This is my favorite ship in the game, guys. The Avenger. So, this is the Aegis Avenger. Great ship. Absolutely fantastic ship. I cannot recommend this ship enough. The Avenger Titan. Now this one is the Renegade version. So the Renegade version is just a variant of the Avenger Titan with a different paint scheme. God, that music is loud. So it has a different paint scheme and it has some upgraded loadouts. But this ship is absolutely amazing, guys. Even the base model. In fact, I like the base model. I like it in the white color like this. This is the normal paint scheme. This is the factory paint scheme, and I love that. That's absolutely awesome. So, the Titan, that music is so loud, guys. So loud. So, the Titan pretty much allows you to carry some cargo here in the back. It allows you to carry some cargo. I think it is 6 SCU of cargo. And of course, you get a bed in here. And yeah, you get a bed. And of course, there's the cockpit right there. You can access the cockpit either through the cargo hold, or you can just get out using the ladder next to the canopy, cockpit canopy. So this ship, I cannot recommend this ship enough. If you don't have an Avenger Titan, I don't care how many ships you have. If you have like 20 ships in Star Citizen, if you don't have an Avenger Titan, you're missing out. This is my most favorite, most flown ship in the game. It's absolutely amazing. It is so versatile. It allows you to carry cargo. It allows you to move really quickly. It's a small ship, small target, small signature. It's fast. It allows you to move fast. And it has some really nice weaponry. You can equip 2 size 3 guns underneath the wing pylons. Of course, you got missiles. And of course, you can mount a single size 4 gun on the nose, on the chin, or you can have a gimbaled size 3 like you see here. So this is a great, fantastic looking ship. Not only it looks so cool, but it's very useful and it's very cheap as well. So there are starter packs with this ship. So not only will you get the ship, you will also get the Star Citizen as a game, and some of them include Squadron 42 packs as well. So you get this ship, you get the game package, and you'd get Squadron 42. So this is a absolutely no-brainer. Now this is the This is the Stalker version. So this is the version that it came out a long time ago. So this was the original Avenger. Basically, the Stalker has these holding cells. Basically, you got these holding cells to put prisoners. Basically, you could put prisoners in here. There we go. If you want to play as a bounty hunter. Otherwise, it is exactly the same as the Titan from here on out. So, in my opinion, I recommend the Titan over the Stalker, the bounty hunting version. Really, really nice ship. Cannot recommend it enough. Now, keep this in mind, guys. Like some ships. So, for example, if you haven't played Star Citizen and you buy a ship, you got to be careful because the ship might not come with a game package. Even though you have a ship, you still can't play the game. So that's something that you need to think about. You have to buy a ship that has the Star Citizen game package. Then you're allowed. Then you can basically log in and play. Otherwise, you won't be able to play, even if you have a ship. For example, this is the Aegis Eclipse. If you buy the Aegis Eclipse, I don't think this comes with a game package, so you can't play the game really unless you have a game package. So that's why I'm recommending the Avenger Titan. Just the normal Avenger Titan with a game package, with a Star Citizen game package and a Squadron 42 game package. Amazing. So let's go over here to the Aegis Eclipse. This is the Aegis Eclipse. It is a stealth bomber. Now I did the video on this not too long ago, if you guys want to go and check it out. So this thing, again, just like the Retaliated, can carry 3 size 9 torpedoes, but unlike the Retaliated, this thing is really stealthy. So immediately from the silhouette, what does this look like? Well, it looks like a B-2 stealth bomber. This is exactly what it is. This thing is a stealth bomber. And it's very stealthy. Very stealthy. Basically, you can get within 1.8 kilometers of another player, and they'll have no idea that you're there. Their radars, their sensors won't pick you up. Obviously, that'll change as the game gets developed more. Things change, stats change, but the description of the ships won't change. So this will be a really nice stealthy ship that you can, use to pick people off. Like if you're going to go bounty hunting, if you're going to do any of that kind of thing, this thing is great. Now, would I recommend this ship? The only reason why I can't really wholeheartedly recommend this ship is because of the price tag. This thing is quite expensive. It's a one-trick pony, single-seat stealth bomber that can drop 3 torpedoes and that's it. And it's quite expensive. Quite expensive. And it can only do one thing. So this is definitely not a beginner ship. If you're just starting out in Star Citizen, do not buy something like this. It's very, very useless for you if this is your only ship. If this is your only ship, you're missing out on a lot. An Avenger will be so much better than this. But yeah, this is the Aegis Eclipse. It's really good at what it says it does. It is a stealth bomber. It is really, really stealthy. Okay, so this is the Aegis Avenger Warlock. So this is the EMP version of the Avenger. So the Aegis Avenger has 3 different variants. It has the Titan, Jack of all trades. It has the Stalker, which is the bounty hunter version. And it has the Warlock, which is this one that has an EMP. So you guys can see that EMP is just rotating. Basically, this thing, if you charge and release the EMP, basically it turns everything off within a certain radius. It can cripple another ship, but this is not a ship that you would buy to use by yourself, really, honestly. Unless, of course, you're going after smaller ships. Otherwise, it's a single one-trick pony. Again, I'm not really into recommending one-trick ponies ships. So it's good if you are playing again with friends and you unleash the EMP and your friends and other ships just attack the target. But if you're playing by yourself, it's a little bit difficult. But I would 100% pick the Titan over this. 100%. Now this is the Aegis Gladius. The Gladius, as the name suggests, you guys know what Gladius is. Gladius was the sword that the Roman Empire used. The Roman Empire centurions would use the Gladius. So this thing, again, if you look at it from the top, it kind of does look like an actual Gladius, the sword Gladius. I didn't know there was someone in there. So yeah, this thing is a light fighter, and it's a really good fighter. This thing is a really small, nimble fighter that can also pack a punch. It has some really nice missiles that it can carry, 2 size 3s and 4 size 2s or 8 size 1 missiles. Now again, I've said this in my previous videos, I don't agree with this whole naming convention of size 1, size this, size 3. It's meaningless. It's absolutely meaningless. Like, I'd rather size 1 missiles, which you guys see here, be called like short-range IR type missiles. Which is, I think, the route that they're going to go down anyway, later on. But anyways, a really nice ship. Really good, nice dogfighter. Really nice light ship that can really, really get in there and fight and outturn. It's really, really agile and really, really nice ship. So yeah, if you're looking for a fighter, yeah, but remember, this is a one-trick pony. This is a one-trick pony light fighter, and it looks great. It looks like a modern-day fighter. It looks like an F-22, F-18 type thing, like a Super Hornet. But it's a great fighter. It's great. Absolutely fantastic at what it does. Alright guys, let's head down below. So this is the just one floor underneath. It has the display holes. So let's go ahead and have a look, see what's on display here. Now of course, right over here is a plaque, a memorial to the various different historical dates of Invictus Launch Week. Basically, it goes back 400, 500 years ago, in-game obviously. It gives you lots of information. So for example, 2735, the Invictus ceremony on Angeli serves as the blah blah blah. So if you guys want to come down and read this, it will give you a lot of history behind Invictus Launch Week. So normally these stands over here are for ground vehicles, but obviously no Aegis ground vehicles are present today. So let's go ahead and look at the display hole. Now the display hole obviously contains the ships that aren't ready, they aren't in the game yet. Oh dear, what happened here? Let's have a look. Aegis Nautilus. Oh, there we go, it just appeared. Good. For a second I thought it bugged out. So this is the Aegis Nautilus. The Nautilus is a mine lane ship. This is a pretty large, it's like a Corvette class, like the same size as a Hammerhead pretty much, even bigger. It is really heavily armored, like it has armor, and its only sole purpose is to lay mines. So basically it drops mines, and this thing, if it's done properly, if the whole mine mechanic is implemented properly, this thing will be an absolute nightmare, guys. This thing will be a nightmare. I've said that before when talking about the Nautilus, but this thing, if it's done properly, like if CIG does a proper job with the whole mining mechanic and everything, like, this will be devastating. One of these things could shut down an entire part of space. Basically, if you drop mines there, no one is gonna dare fly through that, for example, asteroid belt. This thing will be absolutely devastating. But should you buy it? Should you buy this thing? Again, if you're just playing by yourself, just like the rest of us, the 90% of us, I don't recommend you get one of these things, because it's a huge ship and it's going to require lots of AI, lots of friends to run it for you, and it's going to be very expensive. The larger the ship, the more costly it will be to run, to refuel, to repair, to store, to rearm and everything. And this thing is the Aegis Vulcan, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is. It's the Vulcan. It's focus. It says medium repair, medium refuel. So basically, this ship is a support ship. It can repair using drones and basically refuel other ships. So this thing is like a smaller version of the Starfarer and a smaller version of the Anvil Crucible. Now all the repairs are done by drones here. It can carry 4 drones on either side, and of course you guys can see the fuel tanks as well. So you can basically rearm and refuel other ships. It doesn't necessarily have to be combat ships. You can just pretty much act like, you know, like a service companies. You know, if somebody breaks down, their car breaks down, like you come and help them. Like if a spaceship breaks down, they'll send out a distress call, and if you're nearby, you can go and charge them and help to refuel and repair them for a cost. That could be fun. That could be fun. Now, is that a ship that I would recommend? The Vulcan? Yeah, it's a good ship. It's a good ship, and it's a ship that you can run by yourself pretty much, or with another friend, another crew member, maybe a couple of NPCs, because a lot of the work is automated with drones. So yeah, that's a ship that I could recommend very, very easily. Now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching day 2 of Invictus Launch Week. Thank you so much for watching. Now, if you guys found this video helpful, if you found this video informative in any way, go ahead and leave a like for the video. Thank you so much for watching. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I cover a lot of the Star Citizen events. I do a lot of ship reviews as of recently, sometimes some gameplay for Star Citizen. So go ahead and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Please take care, and bye-bye.